I'd know a couple of these, and then there'd be a couple that I would be vaguely familiar with, but honestly, I knew basically all of them. Even if they weren't in my house. They were in somebody's house. So, or they were never in my house, but boy do I remember the advertising. Oh dear. So we're gonna get into it. We just got a basic S, A, B, C, D. I don't think there'll be the need for an F, but y'all are gonna help me out with this because some of these I don't know, or I did not taste, or whatever. So I might not actually have an opinion. I might need some crowd opinions here, as far as, you know, where they belong in the list. Snacks, yes. Shoveling all these snacks into my mouth. Hi, Lieb. Shovel them into your mouth. Yeah, I tried to like, so I took a bunch of snacks from the 2-tier lists I could find on this subject that were kind of short, kind of small. I took them, and then I went searching for more. I basically just was like, so like, what were some things from like the 90s? A lot of candy I did not include just because we already kind of talked about candy when we did our trick or treat tier list. So, you know, if you want to know our opinions on most of these, go look at that. But I did put I did put a few in here because they were very specific to maybe showing up in your lunchbox or your after-school snack, right? So, candy is enough for its own list, exactly. So there's a couple of candies, you know, but it's kind of a mix. There's candies, there's snacks, there's sippies, there's cold ice creamy things. Yeah. So where's this? Man, there was a few things on here that I was like, I haven't actually thought about this snack. Essentially, since I was a small child. Okay. So, gotta go watch that one. Yeah! It's on the YouTube. It is on the YouTube, and I did finally make because like most of the tier lists we've done have been like Soulsborne related. That's its own separate tier list. That's its own separate tier list. Own separate playlist. I finally made a playlist that is all tier lists, so it includes like when we did the Silent Hill monsters and the trick or treat candy thing we did last year during Halloween. So yeah, we got some stuff. So this will be going on that list too eventually once I move the VOD over there. Very fair. Some candies did veer into snacks specifically in Lunchables. Ultra specific snack on here that I've not stopped thinking about for years, but could not remember what it was called. Yeah, we're gonna get in there. There was a few in here that was like, yeah, no, I forgot this was a thing. I can't believe this was on a list. It's totally on a list, and I remember eating these. Oh wow, okay. So we're gonna start with the good old standby. Now, as usual, I'm just gonna pull them up into B for us to talk about. Or you know what? Actually, I'll pull them into D to talk about because it's unlikely we'll have many Ds, right? So, because sometimes B gets a little full and then it's confusing as to which one we're talking about, right? Or you know what? Here's what we do. We add a row below. We add a row underneath. That's we talking about this row, yeah? Oop. Excuse me. This is gonna be the pink. This is pink. This is on deck. This is the on deck. Alright. Hi, Hacks. Okay, so starting with good old fruit roll-ups. Now there's multiple chewy, fruity, stretchy things on this list. But I remember fruit roll-ups being really cool because for a long time they had like the peel, you like peeled the shapes out, and then they started doing the ones where you could like, they like came with edible stamps, essentially. Like it was like a sheet you could like stick it on and it would like put a design on the fruit roll-up that you would then eat. Love fruit roll-ups, the shapes you could take out of them. Something about them was like whimsical. I know, and then you had like the leftover, like, the cutout tray, essentially, and then you got just there and gnaw on that. I want to put fruit roll-ups at least A tier. I don't know if they're S tier, but they'd at least be A tier for me. Yeah, remember the stamps? Like, this one in particular, like, it's really tiny, so you guys can't really see. But this picture actually is of one of the boxes of the ones that had the stamps. Where you could, like, stamp designs on them, and it would turn them kind of funny, funky colors, because it wasn't that great. But I think they deserve at least A tier. Just, if nothing, even though that's, like, extra nostalgia points. I don't know if they actually deserve A tier for flavor, but for fun? You know? The cutout ones, yeah, the cutout ones. We also, so fruit by the foot is also on the list. We'll talk about that one when we get there. But fruit roll-ups is definitely A tier for me. So we'll put them here for now. All right, next up, bagel bites. Remember bagel bites? I put bagel bites on here and not pizza rolls because like pizza rolls kind of have continued to this day, whereas like bagel bites feels very specific to the 90s. I can't remember the last time I heard the phrase bagel bites. I'm sure they probably still exist, but I don't see them. Then again, I live in a food desert, so I love the bagel bites. Yeah, I feel like bagel bites are tough because I think as a kid I would have put them A tier. As an adult, I would probably put them B tier, and I'm not saying that just because I'm lactose intolerant. I'm just saying that, like, the flavor was never as good as you wanted it to be. It was never as pizza-y as you wanted it to be. But if people want to fight me on that, they're also welcome. Like, I feel like bagel bites, B for bagel. Like, high B, for sure. High B for sure. But, not as good as pizza rolls, but they hit the spot. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we got fruit roll-ups and A, bagel bites and B. Next up. Go-gurt. I never had this shit. I have no opinions here. Please help. I mean, it's just yogurt in a tube, but nah. I have multiple yogurt treats on this list, so back to Fruit Roll-ups, the tattoos. Very mixed on Go-gurt. Hit or it didn't. Frozen are good. That makes sense. Would we say they're like more of a B or more of a C? Like, you're not excited for them, but you'll eat them. Cause yeah, I don't know if I ever had a Go-gurt. C tier, yogurt in a tube. Don't mind the idea. I had lots of knockoff ones. Yeah, feel like it's C. It's fine. That I can roll with that. It's fine. It's not exciting, but it's fine. Okay. All right. On deck. Very small, hard to see. These are these are Cheetos, specifically the paw-shaped Cheetos, and this is the first and possibly only. I don't know. I didn't think that hard about this list. This might be the only ones that I'm like S tier. I purely because they were my absolute favorites as a child, and they were so big and chunky. And they were Cheetah paws. Like, come on. And they stopped making them, and it's sad. And I don't know if they ever brought them back, like, for a revival or anything. But like the Cheeto paws, man, I feel like that's gotta go. Ooh, where are you going there, mouse? That's gotta go S tier for me. Like, they just felt so special compared with the other Cheetos, and frankly, most other Cheetos since. Cheeto paws were really cool, because especially as a kid, like, they were so huge. You could like sit there and munch on one of them for like a while. Close as we get are the cheddar bones at Halloween. Yeah. That would probably be the closest. Yeah, that's like my one. That's the one I can like glance at this list and go, yeah, that's S tier for me. Obviously I can't eat them anymore, even if they brought them back, but they were S tier at the time. How about bubble tape? How do people feel about bubble tape? I mean, I've always thought it was a fun idea, but it was like, it's more fun to play with than to chew. I just used the basic kind as our picture. I remember liking the grape. They had like grape flavored, and that was good. I feel like the grape flavored ones, or they'd have like the ones that were, I think they had ones that were dual flavor. I could be misremembering, but I feel like there were ones that were like dual flavor, where there was like a stripe down the middle of another color. It's okay, I lost my taste. Oh, yeah, I liked the grape ones. I never had an orange cream one. That sounds good. D tier. Well, the fun. The flavor did not last. There were a dual flavor. Okay, I'm not misremembering. I'm not misremembering. Okay. I'm willing. Oh, the watermelon thing, blue res. Yeah. How about this? We'll put it. We'll expect it to be low C because the flavor. Yeah, it's bubble. You had to keep chewing it. You had to keep sticking more in your mouth to get any flavor out of it. But with the expectation we might move it down to D tier, depending on what else ends up in C. Well, we can do that. Give people psychic damage by taking the whole roll out and biting it in the middle. Oh my god. I feel like I had a friend who did that once. Alright, on deck. Ritz handy snacks. Now this is another one I'm willing to put in an S tier, depending on how people feel about it. Just cause like it wasn't even the flavor, it wasn't even the fun. It was just like I get to take this tiny little stick and smear my own cheese on a cracker. What's hilarious is that they still make these, but the stick is no longer involved. It's considered a hazard. Kids these days just have to stick their whole cracker in that tiny little dip scoop slot thing. Easy S tier. Ripstick. It's a super ripstick. R.I.P. little red stick. Ginger's not into it. Not into it. I feel like it has to be at least A for the lunchbox. Like, when you had one of these in your lunchbox, hot damn. Hot damn. I'm willing to put it high A. It doesn't have to go S. Roll ups, move over. Not a Ritz fan, so there's a bite. Yeah, that's fair. That's super fair. That's super fair. I might bump it up. We'll see. We'll see what else ends up in A. That's how this always goes. Oatmeal swirlers. I never had these because I hated oatmeal. I despised oatmeal. I still don't like oatmeal. I'm not a fan. I'll eat, assuming you use lactose-free milk. There's like there's a hot cereal called like 7 Grain or something. I can stomach that. I can't stomach any other kind of hot cereal. I can't do it. I can do rice porridge. That's usually fine. But I'm actually thinking, like, is rice porridge even served hot? That might be a cold dish. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long. You forgot about these? I forgot about these too. I was like, oh yeah. Oatmeal swirlers. And actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make the pictures slightly larger for us here. Ever so slightly larger. Put that shit to 110%. Oh, don't worry, Dino Eggs is on this list as well. I put 2 oatmeal things on here because they were really trying to get kids to eat their oatmeal in the 90s. Like they were determined. So yeah, I don't have a huge opinion on oatmeal swirlers. I feel like yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hate oatmeal, so I'm willing to just put them here. But I never had one, so I don't really have like a personal opinion. I just hate oatmeal. I feel putting it bad there because it's not just oatmeal, but that's, you know. What was this gunk even made out of? Jelly? Jam? Normal oatmeal that had two, yeah, like syrup? Welcome back, Six. Some kind of, you know, syrupy stuff. I don't know. I hate oatmeal. Hi, Tennessee. Alright. On deck, Capri Sun. Cheeto's Paws is on S tier. Capri Sun, how we feeling? Classic Capri. Depends on ARS. The flavor. I don't know if I had a specific flavor I wanted. I just enjoyed them being around. I'm willing to put them at top of A. I might bump them up. You like the tropical fruit ones? They got jugs of it. I know. Like, I understand the need for the jugs as grown-ups, right? But it's not the same. It's just not the same. And yeah, they, you know, yeah, they still make them. Not as popular as they used to be, but they still make them. All right, how we feeling about Planters cheese balls? I feel like we had these around a lot because they were, I want to say they were cheaper than like some of the other brands, but I don't know, maybe my great-grandma just liked them a lot. Maybe my great-grandma liked them. She was the person in the house that liked junk food, so I remember liking them a lot. I'm willing to put them up there with Capri Suns and fruit roll-ups. When they brought them back for all, they changed the taste and they started. Oh, that stinks. I'm willing to put them in S. With the Cheeto Paws, Planters cheese balls. Put them up there together. The cheesy flavored things I can no longer eat without gagging. Friend's graduation party, you were dared to see how many you get in your mouth. 30. You hit 30? Very good. Very good. That is sad that they brought them back and then they were terrible. That stinks. I wonder if they were, like, if there was something they were, like, forced to change because, oh my gosh, must be healthy. Or if it was, or if it was just, like, maybe they misplaced the recipe? Or maybe they just didn't have something anymore. I don't know. Those older recipes, I always wonder if there's, like, stuff in them that they can't really use anymore. Or they're discouraged from using too much of. You have to wonder. Alright, Yoo-hoo! I have no dog in this fight because I never drank Yoo-hoo. I think I had one at a friend's house here or there, but, like, I wasn't, like, I thought they were fine. But I was not, they weren't in the house, so you fucks with you, Yoo-hoo. He tasted up. I can believe that. D, it's chocolate flavored water. Tried Yoo-hoo or another brand? I remember that I have this is one of those ones that I have vague recollections of, because I know I have had a Yoo-hoo and been like, that's fine. But I remember having a strawberry Yoo-hoo and being like, oh god, I want to throw up. So you had them all the time for lunch at middle school? I'm willing to put them in B. Next to Bagel Bites. Like, they don't excite me, but I know some people, like, really have attachment to them, and it is just chocolate water, so, you know. You'd rather drink chocolate skim milk than a yoo-hoo. I'm willing to put them next to Bagel Bites, but Bagel Bites still goes above them. That's how I'd rock with that. Alright, here's one that I never had. Cosmic Brownies. I presume I feel like I can make some presumptions, is what I should say. Please tell me. That sounds like weed brownies. S+ tier. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised I never got, like, because this seems like something that was just in the one part of the aisle that we never went down because we never bought stuff like this. Not very often, anyway. I think sometimes we had the little hostess cakes that were like the chocolate ones with like the white, roughly looking stuff on top. I think we had those sometimes, but that was because, again, my great grandma liked them. B tier little W snack. Yeah, I never had these. But I mean, they're brownies, so I feel like I could put, I feel like it's a brownie. We could put them in A. And just be like, it's a brownie, even if you don't have special memories. It's a brownie, and it has colorful sprinkles on it. How could you not like this? How could you not? I say, as there's plenty of people who don't like chocolate. Snapple! Okay, so, like, for me, personally, this is at least an A tier, but not everyone might feel this way. For me, it's A tier. But yeah, Ginger, S, yeah, I'm also willing to put it in S. Not a fancy for you. Because, like, Snapple always had, like, they had the best different kinds of flavor mixes. There were just so many different kinds. It was, like, I loved their iced teas. They would have, like, pear-flavored stuff. I fucking love pear. So good. Never had a Snapple. You only know it for the fun facts. Bro, Snapple, man. Snapple was one of those things that was like, yeah, I'm on a road trip. I'm allowed to buy Snapple. I could just buy Snapple. I was thinking about this in relationship to, like, the 90s. I was like, road trip flavors for me. Texan orange juice, mini powdered donuts, Smart Food popcorn, Snapple, and, oh, there was something else that came to mind. Sun Chips. Sun Chips came to mind. My stepmom doing things like water. Don't blame her. I'm willing to put it on S tier. I like the Snapple. It got memories for me. Memories for me. Okay, here's one that I don't think I ever had one of these. Philadelphia snack bars. They were little cheesecake bars. They had all different kinds. They had strawberry, they had blueberry, they had chocolate. It was like little mini bars of cheesecake in a wrapper. Like, I never ate them, so, like, I can't personally place them up in S, but, like, that's because I can't eat cheesecake. I could eat cheesecake back then, and I probably would have liked them. I probably would have liked them. I'm willing. Here's what I'll do. Everyone's like, S tier, S tier, S tier. Since I can't speak for them personally, I'll put them right here above this Capri Suns and then bump them up depending on what else ends up here. That might be, like, poisonal to me. I've already forgotten half the stuff in this list. Push Pops. This is one of the only, like, just candies I put in here because, man, did everyone I know like pretending this was a lipstick. Dried out their fucking lips, chapped their lips constantly pretending like this was a lipstick. A tier, S tier, A. I feel like I had one ever, maybe two. Like, maybe at Halloween, actually. I don't know that I ever got. We didn't have a lot of candy in the house. we didn't really do candy in the house. So, Good flavors, but they get really messy. Yeah, right? That's how I was feeling. Like, put them up here, because, like, yeah, I remember them being, like, so sticky and gross. Yeah, mythical. No, absolutely, Six. Mythical candy, exactly. All my friends had them, but I only ever got 1 or 2, ever. Alright, this one's not really a snack, but it's so 90s I had to include it. Kids Cuisine. They had burger ones, but like most of the time it was like either like chicken nuggets or fish sticks, and then you'd have the corn, macaroni cheese, and some kind of like dessert pudding thing. Anything that could all be warm, right? Like a brownie pudding thing. See, I was like, see. If I have to. If I must. Yeah, I would agree. See, they were exciting to get, but man, it was rare. Yeah, as a kid, you get excited because you're all like, oh man, look at that box. That's something that, like, I look back on, and I'm like, man, so much stuff had me fooled purely by packaging. And just me and my brain go, ooh, yay. The box tricked us all. I mean, the cool penguin, like, come on. There's a cool penguin on there. Alright, Jeff Puff Fun Marshmallows. This is specifically the kind where they, like, tried to flavor them slightly as fruit. But, like, I'm just down to talk about shoving mini marshmallows in my mouth. Because, like, that was a thing. Like, I can't believe I did that as a kid. I was just allowed to just shove marshmallows in my mouth. I can't believe they let me do that. S tier, A tier. Yummy marshmallows. I mean, I think I preferred eating, like, the really jumbo ones because I could, like, sit there and take several bites, you know, and just eat a few of them, but you give me these little ones, I just want to take a whole handful and shove them in my mouth. Make me, like, chew and choke like I'm eating mochi. Use them to make Rice Krispie treats. Yeah. Rice Krispie treats and stuff. Absolutely. Here, we'll put them up here next to the brownies. I can put them up here next to the brownies, or we could put them next to the bagel bites. I'm gonna put them next to the bagel bites. Like, I wasn't gonna, like, jump up and down with joy because I was getting to eat marshmallows, but it was tasty. It was special. Okay, here's another thing that I probably had one of ever in my childhood. This fucking Yasta fucking cola. That's technically absolutely an energy drink. It has like taurine or guarine or something in it. This was like the scary bottle. It has like a Black Panther on it. I was like, what is that? Am I allowed to have that? I probably shouldn't have. Never seen it or heard of it. I remember nothing about it. Only that the bottle always looked really intimidating because it looks practically black. Here, let me open. Try to get a bigger, here's a bigger image. Josta. What is it? Horana. Horana has Horana in it. Horine. Brain. Has Horana in it. Guarana. Maybe you've seen this in passing. Yeah, no, I guarantee some of you have seen this in passing. Not everyone necessarily. I just remember being around and being like, ooh, that looks like a soda for, like, teenagers. I think I got to have one once. Like, out of a machine or something, when someone was just like, here, kid, here's some quarters. Yeah. First ever energy drink by Pepsi. Aha. Yeah, there you go. It's not even really a soda. I have no real opinion on this, so I'm willing to just put it in T tier, because, like, I have no... Shrug. Big shrug. I remember nothing about it. Only that it was, like, the intimidating bottle. You wonder? A soda for teenagers is 100%. I completely understand. That's what it seemed like to me. I was like, ooh, the big kids drink this stuff. All right. I also tried not, because there were so many different cereals and cereal, like variations on existing cereals that came out during the 90s that were very much 90s focused and like only really existed during that time frame, or have continued on but more forgettably. Cookie Crisp. And I used a box with the old, like, robber bandits that used to be the mascots before they changed it to the wolf. Easiest you fuck heavily with Cookie Crisp. You remember it being nasty? I think I only had it, like... I think I only ever had, like, one box ever. I was, like, allowed to have, like, one box of it once. I'm willing to put it in A or B. Just because I remember nothing about the flavor. It's just the nostalgia of the advertising. B tier, A tier for you. I'll put it up here next to the bagel bites. Okay, here we go. Some sippies. These came in all kinds of flavors. Kool-Aid bursters. Bursts? Kool-Aid It's a burst or bursters? Hang on. I can't read. I'm a grandma. Bursts. This is the berry blue, but they came in a bajillion different flavors. Hey, Isha. I mean, a lot of the sippies are probably gonna be S tier for me because those were some of the only ones. I didn't like. Even the ones that I know, most of these were never in my house ever. But the sippies, I would sometimes be allowed to get as like a special summer treat. So I know that makes it sound like my family were a bunch of like no fun havers, but that's not really the case. It was just we had other kinds of sweets, but it was like homemade brownies or something instead. You know, we just didn't buy a lot of sugar at the store. Radtastic. Hey, Banana Boy. You don't know 95% of this American stuff. I was gonna say, there is actually specifically an Aussie list, but not a Kiwi list, sadly, that I could find. I kind of wanted to bug my Aussie friends and be like, hey, man, how many of these did you eat as a child? But yeah, Kool-Aid bursts, I'm gonna go at least A tier on this. I'm at least gonna go A tier on this. I might bump it up. For me, Snapple's got that coveted spot. I liked the Kool-Aid bursts. I liked the little twisty caps that all these sippies had. I always had fun doing the twisties. Tim Tams are S tier if they were here. Yes, they are, and they remain S tier. Even though I'm not technically supposed to eat them anymore. I cheat once in a while and have one. They got gluten. No, stay here, you shall laugh at our Americanness. We got Philadelphia snack bars, we got Capri Suns. My mouse isn't working. Please, come on, Mousy. Come on. I just changed your battery recently. Come on. Kid Cuisines. Okay, so this Laffy Taffy is a very specific kind of Laffy Taffy. I want to see if people remember it, and that's why I included it. It is the sparkly cherry. It's the sparkly kind that had little weird little crunchy bits in it. Hell yes, yes. Between A and B. Yeah, I feel like this is probably B for me. The little sprinkles in it made it really cool, but you know what? I'm gonna do this. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, Does anybody remember these? I very vaguely remember them. Lifesavers holes, meaning they're just the little circles. It's like the donut hole. The little lifesaver. They're real little. You pop them like a Tic Tac. Barely. Never seen these, but it sounds amazing. I liked lifesavers a lot as a kid, although I preferred the minty ones because I was one of those weirdos that was like, "Give me the wintergreen." It's like, child, you're 5. Give it to me. It burns my mouth. I feel like these are not like super exciting. I'm willing to put them in C. I don't even think they're a B, just because there weren't any like exciting flavors that I recall. It was just, oh, I totally choked on one as a kid and just like got lucky. I ate one secretly. I was like popping a couple like in the other room when I wasn't supposed to be having candy out of my Christmas stocking, and I almost choked, and I was like, it was like me and a cat in the room, and I'm like, that cat would just be like, oh, well, that sucks for you. Luckily, it didn't go all the way down, and I just kind of hoofed it back up. But I couldn't breathe for a second, and it was scary. Use lifesavers as a whistle. I feel like somebody taught that to me when I was older. Like, I didn't know it when I was little. Okay, I remember these being around. These fruit barrels. Who remembers the little fruit barrels? Little hug fruit barrels. Ironic, because the whole point of lifesaver design was that it never got caught in your throat. The hole that would keep you from choking. Yeah, right? Yeah, I've seen these still around. Versions of these are still around. I'm willing to put them A or B, for sure. Just because I recall them being very flavorful. And the little jug shape was fun. It was very aesthetically pleasing. And they're fun. I think you had them at your aunt's house once, but unsure. Yeah, I feel like, because again, they'd be at like a party, or like they might be at like a school event where they actually let you let loose, and by let loose I mean like you can have some chips and a bad for you drink. Yeah, I'm willing to put them up here in A. Oh yeah, dollar store kind of stuff. Oh, here we go. Fruit by the foot. How does fruit by the foot stack up against our beloved fruit roll-ups? S tier. I can't decide if they're S or A for me. Like, when I was a kid, definitely S. But unlike the memory of Cheeto's paws, I don't really, like, sit back and go, oh, I miss fruit by the foot. I'm like, whatever. About to say, we never had a preference. Yeah, I mean, I think, I want to say I enjoyed fruit by the foot more just because, like, you could sit there and, like, gnaw on it and unroll it. But as you and your friends would try to race each other who could finish the roll fastest at lunch. I remember people doing that. And trying to shove the whole thing in their mouth. So they would win. I'm gonna put it high A for me, personally. Might bump it up. We'll see. Okay, so we had... Alright. We had Push Pops, the candy. How about the Push Up Pops, the fucking ice cream? I remember really liking these as a kid. When I could eat ice cream. They're S tier for you guys. You really loved them. They were pretty good. Yeah, I feel like... Gosh, yeah. I think the nostalgia factor, I'm willing to put them up in S tier. Even though I can't eat ice cream anymore. Like, I don't know. I was really into them. And, like, I know they kept making them even after the Flintstones, like, collaboration ended, whenever that was, but I don't think I ever ate them past that point. Hi, Kayla. They were sherbet. Oh, were they sherbet? Maybe that's why I like them so much. Because even as a little small child, I preferred things like sherbet and sorbet over ice cream, unless it were extra fudgy. Yeah.
We like those. They get to go up there.
Okay, who remembers these? Am I the only one? I can't be because it was actually on another tier list. These cookies specifically from Snackwells. Devil's Food cookie cakes. This shit... This is S tier right here. This was like, oh my god. Okay, so we were talking about that one Josta, Yasta, what's it? Sippy being like, oh, this is like for teenagers. This was like, I'm enjoying grown-up sweets. Yeah, that's me eating Devil's Food cookie cakes. Sentimental value, yeah.
We love the push-up pops.
Dude, and the Snackwells, yeah. So much. Yeah, I have a lot of sentimental value for this. Like, the Snackwells is just... No, that's fucking S tier right there. It's fucking S tier. We love the Snackwells cakes. Okay. These are kind of hard to see. There's their Butterfinger BBs. Remember when these came out? Little tiny little Butterfinger bites. Highest bubble S tier for you? Hell yeah. But Butterfinger BBs. Which I always thought it was funny they were called BBs, because I just... As a kid, I didn't think about it that much. As a grown-up, I'm like, you mean like BB gun? Like they're like pellets that you would shoot at somebody? S tier just for being Butterfinger. I liked Butterfinger more when I was a kid, for sure. I kind of lost my taste for them, even when I was still eating chocolate bars. I think they just became... they're just too rich for me. This was before allergies developed and you liked them. The ads were chef's kiss.
Yeah, Butterfinger babies.
You still remember the Simpsons collab? Oh, I kind of remember that. Let's say A tier. I never liked them that much. I'm willing to put them. I'll put them B. I'll put them B. Next to the marshmallows for me. I just never liked Butterfinger that much. Not enough. Alright. Crystal Pepsi. Weigh in, because I definitely didn't have it back then. Things like Pepsi were not in my house. I know they brought it back briefly, but I think I completely missed it. Yeah. Bepis. I know people like yell, but isn't it? Yeah, no, I almost put Pepsi Blue on here. I almost put Pepsi Blue on there, but then it would have been 3 different kinds of Pepsi. I have 2 kinds of Pepsi on here already. I heard Pepsi Blue is pretty good. Like, this is my question mark right here. Somebody gotta tell me. Did Crystal Pepsi actually taste like anything other than Pepsi? Or was it just fun because it was Pepsi, but it was clear? Like, I don't even know. What was the deal with Crystal Pepsi? Hang on. I feel like I researched this years ago and I recall not the actual answer. Crystal Pepsi. What does Crystal Pepsi taste like? Nostalgic cola twist. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, no, I totally missed it because it came back in 2015. I wasn't even living in the States. I wasn't even living in the States then, so... Crystal Pepsi... Okay, so wait. Crystal Pepsi is clear. It has no color whatsoever. If you smell it next to Pepsi, they smell the same. But if you compare the taste, Crystal Pepsi has a more delicate flavor with a sweet, bubbly touch. Also, a bit fruity flavored with a candy touch at the end. Okay, so it's like lighter Pepsi with a little bit of candy aftertaste. That's what people are on about. Not gonna lie, you thought Crystal Pepsi was fake? I mean, I'm just gonna stick it in C, and then I'll make a special tier for it. That's the question mark. Nobody knows. All right, who wants to talk about chocolate pudding snack packs? Chocolate puddings. I mean, they're not exciting, but they were delicious. But it had to be chocolate. Some people like the vanilla ones. I couldn't do it. It's funny. Normally vanilla is not a problem for me, but man, I did not like vanilla pudding as a child. A tier. Okay, we'll stick them up in A. Ooh, the caramel and chocolate was good. Yeah, okay. Forgot to point out on my Cookie Crisp box. Free troll doll inside. Remember troll dolls. 4 wholesome grains, 9 vitamins and minerals, cholesterol free, no tropical oils, low sodium. Uh-huh. The trolls. I had so many trolls. I mean, some of them were hand-me-downs, but still. All right, so I put the snack pack in A. I didn't really know where to put it, so I just stuck it up in A. Okay. Okay, here we go. Dan and Sprinklins. Speaking of yogurts. I might have had one at a friend's once. I don't think... This really wasn't something that would ever be around where I was. I mean, it's just sprinkles in plain yogurt. Probably vanilla, I would presume. Yeah, I think I just barely make out the word vanilla here. Definitely saw them around. They don't seem that exciting, quite frankly. I don't even know if I'd put them in C tier. But... I can put them high D, because they're just not that exciting. Moving on, Gushers. I feel like these are probably A tier for me as a kid. I don't think I can put them in S. But it's tempting. Definitely A or I guess it would depend on the flavor, right? Like they did some special ones that were definitely maybe more S tier, but I'm willing to put them high A. I'll put them above Fruit by the Foot. I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. I'm gonna do this so we can make sure we can actually see the on deck. Alright, next on deck, the fucking Ninja Turtle ice cream things. I never had one. I don't know what they taste like. I just assume it was ice cream. Just food coloring and ice cream. S-tier relief. See, yeah, I saw them around all the time, but I never had them. The eyeballs were bubblegum. Is oh really? That's weird. Oh, I feel about that. Yeah, there was a period when the turtles were everywhere. They were a big deal. I was like, it's weird because I was into them because I liked the cartoon, but I never saw the movies, like ever. Never saw them. I saw like clips, but I never like actually got taken to see the movies. I just didn't. I feel like people have a lot of nostalgia for this, so like I'm willing to put it in B, but like I don't know it. I'll put it above you who I have no experience, and I have a feeling if the eyes were bubblegum, I would even put it down here for me personally. The sad melted SpongeBob ones. I feel like I have, but I don't recall it, frankly. You know what? People can get mad at me. This is where it would go for me if I had eaten them as a child. People can get mad at me. It's fine. The poor SpongeBobs. I like Doritos, but I don't know if I want to put them in B tier. No, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it for the fact that it's the turtles. Hershey Swoops. Remember these? Remember these? I didn't. And then I saw the box and I was like, oh yeah, I do actually. I do remember these. I don't think I ever saw a York one. Or Reese's or Almond Joy. I think I only ever saw plain and the peppermint ones. Rudy, hello!
Thank you for the raid. What were we up to this evening? Welcome in, everybody. I'm Marley. We play a lot of horror and horror-adjacent games, but tonight we are doing our promised charity milestone 90s snack tier list chatting stream. We're talking about Hershey Swoops. Had them a few times. They're B tier. Yeah, I feel like they're B tier at best. They're not, like, super exciting. I wish I'd tried the York ones. I love fucking York peppermint patties, but I only ever remember seeing plain and peppermint. I very specifically remember seeing the peppermint ones. I mean, I love peppermint, but with white chocolate, I probably would have hated it. I'm not big on white chocolate. It has to be just a very little bit. We're watching a bunch of old Animal Planet videos. The most extreme. Oh, let's go. Speaking of Animal Planet, just so y'all know, Tubi has all seasons, as far as I know, of Too Cute if you need some kittens and puppies in your life, and occasionally other small animals like piggies and skunks and goats. It's kind of great if you just need a palate cleanser. It's just cute. Yeah, because like I like peppermint bark, but like I don't know about this. I don't know about this on a chippy. I'm willing to put them B tier. I'm gonna put them B tier. All right, I feel like these have to go in S for me purely for nostalgia factor. Fucking Squeeze-Its. I had these more often than I had like Kool-Aid stuff. Squeeze-Its were like the shit. Yes, think again, Tubi. Tubi's got Columbo, it's got Murder, She Wrote, it's got Too Cute from Animal Planet. Yeah, and they had the funny faces on the bottles. All the bottles were different. Like these are easy S tier for me, personally. These are easy S tier. I'll put them up here next between our cheesy treats. What kind of snackies we got already? Oh, we got everything from Cheeto Paws to Bagel Bites to, well, none of us have tasted Crystal Pepsi, so it's just kind of sitting here until I make a special tier for it, because apparently none of us have tasted it. Also, if anyone has strong opinions about oatmeal swirlers or Dannon Sprinklins, feel free to pipe up and fight for them to go and see. I hate oatmeal, and these looked boring, so... Fair. Talked about strawberries and cream Pepsi in your chat. Oh, hell yeah. That sounds good. That sounds tasty to me. Okay, so I'm not gonna fight for these to go above C. They could go B. Why can't I open this one? That was weird. These Minute Maid juice bars. You know, healthy popsicles. We definitely had these in my house a few times because they were like, yeah, it's Minute Maid. It's not Choco Pops. Yeah, definitely not first choice. Definitely not first choice. Memories, tasty, but not first choice, especially as a kid. I feel like should they go next to Hershey Swoops? They can hang out up here. They can hang out here next to the Swoops. Alright guys, we did kid cuisine, so we gotta do Lunchables. And when I say Lunchables, any of the ones that were popular in the early to mid 90s, so like the basic crackers and lunch meats, and then when they introduced the pizzas. A D for you. That's fair. A for you. Lunchables A. I'm willing to put them in A, just because they were special. I got so excited. Like, this was one of those things that I did get to have sparingly, you know, because we couldn't afford to have tons of them. But I would get a Lunchable here and there in my lunchbox, and it was real exciting. Lunchables walk, so charcuterie boards could run. The real reason why millennials are into charcuterie boards is because we all ate Lunchables when we were kids. Yeah, I feel like these are pretty A tier. I'll put them next to the Kool-Aid bursts. Philly Snack Bar, I gotta move you over just because I didn't personally have you, but I probably would have loved you. I don't think I ever had you. Okay, here's another Pepsi that may be going in the question mark tier, because I feel like I drank this, but like once, and I have no memory of it. Pepsi AM. Anyone? Memories? Thoughts? It has a very specific, it's got like the golden... It's like, I think it's supposed to be regular Pepsi, but hang on, let me double check. More caffeine? Yes. Flavor is the same as Pepsi, added 25% more caffeine. There was also a diet variant that had 1 calorie. I made this up. It's very vaporwave. It is very vaporwave. Oh, I like this. This is from a soda wiki. They test marketed Pepsi AM alongside its diet variant in sporadic regions of the United States aimed at coffee drinkers. Yeah, it lasted like a year. It actually secretly kind of came on the scene in '89, but it shut down within 1990 when they started selling it more widely. It just didn't sell very well. This is the first attempt at many for a morning drink from PepsiCo. Other attempts are coffee-based Pepsi Kona, Pepsi Cappuccino, and Pepsi Cafe. Pepsi Cappuccino got attempted in lots of countries, whereas the rest were only in America. I mean, I feel like Pepsi coffee could be good. I mean, I've had coffee Coke, and that shit's delicious, unfortunately. Pepsi really did want to push the energy drinks. They did. A whole 1 calorie. Yeah, I love the design. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna put it here, and we're gonna put these together in their own special, like, we have no memory of this place, but boy, it looks cool. They're gonna get their special tier to themselves. Alright, who remembers Shark Bites? Who remembers Shark Bites? I love these things. I might have to put these in S tier for nostalgia. Really, they probably deserve only A. High A, maybe. But man, Shark Bites. I love Shark Bites. Best gummies. I would agree that they were the best gummies next to Welch's. I didn't put the Scooby-Doo snacks in here because they weren't really, I never saw them around, but I guess a lot of people had them when they were kids. I never saw them around, so I did not put them on the list. I'd rather have the Shark Bites. Shark Bites. And the white ones were the best ones, just saying. They were weird, and they were the best ones. I'll put them... I'm putting them... I want to put them high A. I might bump them up, though. Hi, Carmina. Bring those back. I know, right? Okay. I have vague recollections of trying one of these once. Viennettas. Having a slice. How do people feel? Guide me. Guide me a bit here. No ideas what this is, but kind of want to. It's a cake thing. It comes in a box. It's a box cake. Yeah, icebox cakes. Yeah. They're just cold cakes. Put them in your fridge, serve them up. I have so little recollection.
Viennetta is a British brand of ice cream dessert made by Unilever and sold under the various Heartbrand brands around the world. The original Viennetta consists of several rippled layers of ice cream separated by thin layers of sprayed-on compound chocolate.
Yeah, instead of making when they were pre-made, you could just stick them in your fridge and enjoy. Yeah, definitely saw them in the freezer aisles. I'm sure I had at least one as a kid. I'm willing to, like, make them, like, high C because it's not exactly exciting, but it's tasty. It's an ice cream cake, you know? I'm put the hub above the Go-Gurt at this rate. Maybe the cake cuisine as well. Sorry, Go-Gurt. Okay. I didn't have... I don't remember specifically having Melody Pops, but I definitely had something like it if it wasn't a Melody Pop. That it's like, it's a candy, but it's a whistle. You know, just so you can be extra annoying as a small child. And try to make terrible music while you're enjoying your sweet treat. They're from Chupa Chups, but... Like, I remember the whistle candy, but I don't remember them being called Melody Pops. So maybe I had, like, a knockoff. You had one. I mean, they seem silly and fun, but also terrible. I don't know whether to put them in C or D. They just seem like a terrible idea. Why would you do this? You annoyed your parents with an iPad. D dear, don't do this to your parents. I mean, depending. Spent more time using it as a whistle than a sucker, yeah. I feel like, let's put it high D tier. Yoo-hoo's only B, what madness did you miss? I didn't really have Yoo-hoo as a kid, and the strawberry ones made me want to throw up. Other people were fighting for A and S, but I put it in B as a compromise instead of putting it lower. I know some people really, really love the Yoo-hoos. I have a different chocolatey drink on the list that I am more attached to. Alright, everybody. Where are we putting Surge? Where are we putting Surge? Like, actually putting it, not just, oh man, remember Surge? People talked about this, like if you drank it, your heart would explode. I remember getting one for the first time and being like, am I really allowed to have this? I thought it was dangerous. Everybody talked about it like it was dangerous. A for nostalgia, but realistically a low B. Yeah, right? Some of these are easier to rank than others because you can let go of the nostalgia factor more. But, oh my gosh, Surge, man. But yeah, kid me? S. But C now, it was a shitty mellow yellow. Oh man, remember mellow yellow? I always liked the weird, like, flavors that nobody else wanted. I was the kid that when hanging out with extended family, that, like, everyone's grabbing the usual colas and I'm like, I'm gonna have a Fresca. That's my favorite. Like, I loved Fresca. I was already a grandma. Let's put Surge next to Bagel Bites. They can go together. How about that? Surge and Bagel Bites. They can be buds. Yeah? Surge relatively recently, like 6 or 7 years, and it's like, fine. It's really sweet, yeah. I feel like I had one when they did a resurgence. I feel like I had one, and I was like, I'm good. This is fine. We have Mountain Dew at home. I don't know. It was something. All right, Doritos 3D. I never had these. Anybody have any? I mean, it's just Doritos, but they're in little puff form, right? So they're not super exciting. I'd probably put them in B or C just because they're just not that exciting unless someone's like, no, you don't understand. The flavor though. S for ginger. They're puffed. Instead of it being a chip, it's like a little puffed up triangle. It's got air in it. And they usually came in, kind of, it was like a cup jug kind of thing instead of a bag. No, you don't understand. It's the future 3D. Doritos fun fact. It was invented in Disneyland. Really? I don't think I knew that. Oh, look at that 99-cent super grab nacho cheesier. You ate a lot of the Cool Ranch 3D? Honestly, so like, okay, so living in Japan, Japan story time. You could get 2 flavors of Doritos. You could get corn chips, and that was like almost every foreigner's go-to corn chip, unless you lived in a much more foreigner, fancy fucking area where richer people lived, and then maybe your local PX store would have other brands of corn chips. But most of us were stuck buying Dorito brand corn chips that weren't even in a particularly big bag. You'd have to buy a couple bags to go around for everybody. Assuming you could get your hand on any salsa worth a darn. And then once in a while, once in a blue moon, you could get corn chips and you could get the fucking nacho cheese basic flavor, right? Once in a blue moon, Cool Ranch would show up. And it was like somebody's dealer had just showed up into town. Like you'd be in a grocery store picking up something random, like I'm gonna go hang out at my friend's house, so I'm on the way, I'm gonna stop at this grocery store and grab a sandwich and maybe some drinkies. Hey, do you guys need anything? You want me to bring you anything? And then that kind of thing. Well, you'd get there and you'd be like, holy shit, Cool Ranch Doritos, and you would contact everyone like, hey, how many bags do you want? And you'd be going to that store like you went in thinking you were gonna have like maybe 2 bags of groceries max, depending on what your friends needed you to bring along to pay you back for. No. You come out of there with like 3 or 4 bags on each arm, just like full of Cool Ranch Doritos. You just clean them out. Because it was so rare. It was so rare. I think I saw them 3 or 4 times the whole time I lived there for 8.5 years. And so occasionally 7-Eleven, they get these really tiny little baggies of them. And you'd be like, these are all mine. They're all mine. Because Cool Ranch just wasn't a flavor there. It just wasn't a flavor. Much less in Doritos. Just in general, Cool Ranch just wasn't a thing. Anyway, that's my story time. We'll put these guys, I want to put them up, because it's, I want to put them up a little higher. I think they deserve to be higher than the swoops. For sure. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're losing our on deck. I gotta scroll down a little. Wee. I very rarely had these. We didn't really keep them in the house. I'd have them at a friend's house. Dunkaroos. Dunkaroos are on deck. I don't remember loving them, but they were fine. They were fine. I know some people really love them. Kind of like how I'm more attached to a different kind of chocolatey drink, and other people love Yoo-hoo. I just wasn't that attached to Dunkaroos. You had these with the cookie was shaped like a kangaroo. Yeah, I feel like this is a more recent picture. I feel like they also had stick ones for the Dunkaroos. I feel like they also had stick ones, but I don't know. Maybe that was a different brand. Like, I'm willing to put them in B. Unless people think that they don't even deserve B, then I'll put them in C. B, yeah. I was gonna put them up here next to the swoops. Doritos, Dunkaroos. Feel like that works. Alright. Now, I grabbed these because I don't know that I had this brand when I was a kid. But I definitely had something like this. Soda pop fruit snacks. Except they weren't fruit. It was always, yeah, root beer flavor. Like, this is like actual fruities. The ones I remember having are actually like root beer flavored, cola flavored, stuff like that. I'm not like married to any particular spot for these guys. Yeah, I don't think I had these ones specifically, but I definitely had cola gummies. Hey, I love gummies. It makes me want to put them up higher, but I feel like they're more of a B for me. I'll put them up here next to the marshmallows and the Butterfingers. Butterfinger BBs. Alright. High C Ecto Cooler. I have no recollection of what this tasted like, but I loved Ghostbusters. I had Ghostbuster action figures as a child. It came with a little car, and a Slimer. I was super duper into Ghostbusters as a child. And we can also use this just as a general high C thing too, because like this was something I did have around sometimes as a juice box. Orange tangerine flavored green colored drink. Yeah, this is another one that was technically snuck in 89, but it's more associated in the 90s. I feel like I had it when it made a comeback. I definitely didn't have it like when it first was around. Yeah, general high C, like, big thumbs up. Yeah, I feel like this is at least A tier. I always got, like, high C orange at, yes, places like Mickey D's as a kid. So I'm willing to put him up here with our fruit roll-ups next to the Capri Sun. I would personally put high C above Capri Sun. That's me. That's me. Red Oak and Beard, welcome in. That's just to me. That's a specific for me. You knew it was a party or a sport event if they had a cooler full of high C. All right, next up. Oh God, we're losing our thing again. Hang on. Toaster strudels. Any kind of toaster strudel. I had them every once in a while. You guys, it's tier for you guys. These still hit. My personal, one of my favorite little offhanded things that people have said, is that, like, you know, people is about, like, general witchcraft in general. It's like witchy stuff. It's like, people assume that it's all, like, really intensive, like, oh, you gotta have this altar, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do blah, blah, blah. You know, sometimes witchcraft is just like making a sigil on your toaster strudel and calling it a day. Like, I'm just, this is what I got. This is what I got today. This is what I got today. They got strawberry icing now. I was never super in love with them, but I am willing to put them, no, not there. Oh God, mouse. I'm willing to put them up here. Gosh. Yeah. Let's do this, because I never had the cosmic brownie, so. Oh, and you move over too. You move over too. Maybe, actually, maybe next to roll-ups. Yeah? I always act like I'm trying to, like, make a hierarchy here, but then at the end I just go, oh, I don't care. Just put it anyway. Just put it wherever. Alright, these I have big nostalgia for, even though I was not like a Disney kid. Like, sure, I watched the movies, but, like, it did not stick with me into adulthood, if that makes sense. Like, my favorite Disney movies as a child were things like Robin Hood. So... who remembers the Mickey's Parade popsicles? This is just something that was around a lot when I visited extended family. Never had them. I mean, they're just popsicles. They're not that exciting. They're really just not that exciting. Tasty, nostalgic, but not that exciting. Like, I'm like willing to put them over here next to Kids Cuisine. Like, it's just a fruity popsicle. And it's weird. I have this weird nostalgia for them, but I was not happy. Like, I wasn't, like, enjoying my time when I was in the place where I was eating these. But they were a comfort because it was a fruity popsicle, so. Alright, here we go. The chocolate drink. that I actually liked. I didn't have it very often. But Nesquik. I feel like we would get... I wouldn't usually have the powder. We would buy the chocolate syrup so we could use it on ice cream and I could make myself chocolate milk. Like this is at least A tier for me, for sure. I'll put it up here next to... Yeah, we got a bunch of sippies in a row here. I started the powder as a kid once, regret fallout. Oh no. Oh no, don't do that. Now, I don't have any memories of having anything other than the chocolate. So it's not like Yoo-Hoo where I'm like, oh, the chocolate was fine, but the strawberry made me want to puke, so gets B tier. But, you know. Does anybody remember these chips? Because I didn't, and then I looked at an ad for them. It's a Keebler product. It's a chip made by Keebler. And then it all came flooding back to me. I definitely have these at least once. Pizza chips. Kind of before pizza chips really were a thing, I feel like. So I remember pizza flavored stuff really coming into its own in the 90s. No, but you would have eaten them for sure. I wish I could find... Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Pizzeria's chips. Can I find one of the ads that I saw with... Come on. These are later ones. No, where's the ones? There it is. Look at this. The fucking Keebler elves. Like, the young guys are coming in and making pizza chips at the Keebler fucking factory. Pizza Pringles, really blue pizza flavored snacks. I feel like, yeah, for sure. I didn't put Pringles in here just because they came along then, but I don't mentally associate them with the 90s specifically, so I left them off the list. But Keebler, like, bruh. I'm gonna put these up here. Pizza things. Pizza things next to each other. They're at least B tier. I'm gonna assume that since I didn't forever recall. If I recalled them as like, oh man, I remember that pizza chip, I'd put them in A. But I don't remember. Okay, so I didn't usually have these. I definitely had them at least once at like a friend's house. Trix yogurt. Now this one, it's like these seem to be single flavor, but I remember them having dual and triple flavor, maybe even triple flavor ones. Maybe even ones that had like little sparkly things you could sprinkle in them, but maybe I'm creating a fake memory there. But yeah, Trix yogurt. Yeah, I remember the dual flavored ones. I didn't even remember that they had like single flavor ones. Sparkle flavors. Okay, I didn't make up the sparkles. I didn't make them up. I was, yeah. I feel like these can go, like, I don't have a particular attachment, but I did eat a lot of yogurt as a kid, so like, I feel like they can kind of go up here. They can go up here. I'm good with that. No, I never had one of these, but I remember seeing them advertised. Fucking Wonder Balls. Better than Go-Gurt and taste. Oh yeah, no, I do remember that. Not that they were better, because I didn't really have Go-Gurt, but that they actually did taste fine. Not that they didn't, like, taste bad. Nestle Wonder Balls. Big shrug from me. I mean, it's chocolate. You remember these? Yeah, help me out here. To me, it's just a chocolate ball, so I don't know. B tier. They got discontinued because of the same Kinder Egg. Ah, the Kinder Egg issue. Gotcha. At least in the States, I don't think they stopped Kinder Eggs other places because, you know. Americans. Unfortunately. Can't have nice things. I'm willing to put these, like, I'm trying to think of, like, how I would feel about it if it were, like, that kind of thing. I probably would put it... Yeah, we just swallowed the whole egg, man. I would probably put it... I like popsicles more than I like chocolate. So, like, here, Disney things can go next to each other. But I'd put it above Go-Gurt. Oh boy, here we go. Fruitopia. Man, I was into these. Anytime I could actually, like, have $1 to put in a soda machine, you get me a Fruitopia. They put them back in the stores because they put the toy in a separate package rather than in the chocolate egg. These were never as amazingly varied in flavor as Snapple, but I'd give them a B tier. I'd give them a B tier. They're fine. Like, they're fine. They're not super exciting, but they're fine. I feel like they came along a little bit later when I was, like, getting a little older, so there's less little kid nostalgia happening. It's just that thing of, like, oh yeah, the supposedly not as bad for you soda in the soda machine is probably still full of the same amount of sugar, most likely. All right, something else I never had, but from Klondike, the Choco Tacos. They look good. I probably would have put them in at least A myself as a kid if I had had one. Never had these, but always curious. I've always heard things. I liked Klondike bars. Like, I'm willing to put them over here just because it's like, I never had the brownies, but I mean, it's a fucking brownie, right? And bring these back, damn it. Yeah, it seems weird to me that these would not be a common, still around thing. I don't know. How well is Klondike doing these days? I feel like when I was a kid, Klondike advertised all the time. Who remembers?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Who remembers those? I remember those ads. Alright, we're getting down to our last couple here. String things! I feel like these were good, but not nearly as good as Fruit Roll-Ups and Fruit by the Foot. But they were fun. They got Heath Bar, regular mint, and chocolate flavors.
That's so sad. I liked Klondike bars when I could eat ice cream.
These have eluded you for years. You used to love these. Yeah, they seem like something that were like fun to mess with as a kid, right? So like I'm probably gonna put them in B or high C. Like, I don't remember them tasting as good as other chewy, fruity things is the thing. Like, I'm kind of, right now, I'm kind of like, maybe I put the swoops down here. Maybe we put the swoops down here. Move a couple of these down into, like, high C. Come on. Come here. They were A tier for you guys. I'm willing to put them in. I'm willing to compromise and put them in B. I wasn't like super into them, but they were fun, right? Okay. Oh, who remembers the bubble beepers? I can't even remember if I ever even had one of these or if I just got to like play with the box of one of my friends once. Who remembers the bubble beeper? I'm sure the bubblegum was terrible. Zebra gum. Oh man, zebra gum. I loved zebra gum as a kid. The flavor lasted 2 seconds. It didn't matter. It had a zebra on the package. You were the shit if you pulled this out in elementary school. You were the coolest person that day, possibly that week, since it was a box that you could like mess with all week and just keep playing with it. Man. Yeah, you were hot stuff. You were da bomb. Yeah, I feel like... Dude, bubble beepers. Like, they're not good, but, like, where do we put them? We gotta put them A tier, because, I mean, it's the bubble beeper. Right? We'll put them next to the push pops. How's that? Oh, I'm sure the gum was trash. The wrappers you could write phone numbers on too. Yeah, no, everything about it's good except for the gum. Fucking bubble beepers. Alright. How do we feel about French Toast Crunch? I loved this shit as a kid. This was one of the cereals I was allowed to get. And I thought it was pretty darn tasty. Yes, dear. Yeah, it was good. I feel like I could put it at least A. It was really good. Let's see, where would I put it? Tasty plus nostalgia. For me, I would put it above Toaster Strudels. We'll put it with the Toaster Strudels breakfast foods. That's too easily. Better than Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You know, it's funny, I didn't have Cinnamon Toast Crunch as a kid. Ever. I think because it had actual sugar crystals, like, on the box. Like, you could see it on the cereal, so it was considered it was like marshmallows. So it was like, no, you're not having that for breakfast. But I could get away with French Toast Crunch occasionally. I feel like there was something else I was allowed to have that was, you know, technically probably not actually the best for me, but it looked okay. I know I definitely ate a lot of not Apple Jacks, but the Cheerios version, the like apple cinnamon Cheerios version. This isn't honeycomb. Never had honeycomb. All right, we got some more sippies. Sprite Remix. I feel like this is C tier. The bottle looked cool, but like, like I'm even looking at Fruitopia and I'm like, moving it this way. Maybe Sprite Remix can hang out with Fruitopia. Another Sprite variation of Marley made it. Hey man, it's pretty C tier. I definitely had it. I want to say that it tasted a little like Skittles, but there was something about it that wasn't so great. Like maybe it went flat kind of fast or something. There was something about it where like the initial flavor was great, but it didn't like it like wasn't the most bubbly or something. There was something wrong with the bottles that I had. Like it just wasn't that great. You can hang out with Fruitopia. It's fine. All right. I hate oatmeal. Tell me where to put dinosaur eggs. Because oatmeal swirlers got put in D because nobody stuck up for it. Where am I putting dino eggs? I can't put it above B because I never ate it. And I hate oatmeal. C or B. Okay. Dino eggs. I couldn't find a box that I was sure actually came from the 90s. Because a bunch of the boxes I found looked like they were from more recent occurrences of this. dinosaur egg phenomenon. It's funny, I have a memory of seeing these, but somehow even dinosaurs couldn't get me to eat oatmeal. Where shall we put the dino eggs? Here? Split up the sippies and the Disney. Seeing the eggs transform into dinos was like magic. Like the capsules you put in water. That's kind of cool. Yeah, somehow, I know I saw them around, but one of the things that you would normally think, hey, can't get Marley to eat something? Make it dinosaur. Make it dinosaur. Even that could not get me to eat oatmeal. I said no. I said no. Alright. Last but not least on our list. Sunny D. And I mean any and all Sunny D, because I had the flavored ones that were not just orange juice. That had like mango and stuff. D, it's in the name. Sunny D for me, yeah, like I feel like Sunny D as an adult, a B at best probably, but as a kid it was at least an A. So like, Did you guys ever have the other flavored ones that were like red and blue and like all different? Oh, they were good. They were really good. They're really tasty. I'm willing to put it like high B. The strawberry one wasn't bad. I don't know. Can I do that? No, I gotta put it up higher for me. I gotta do it. I gotta put it in A. I gotta put an A for me. That's just the way it's gonna be. All right. So now that we're out of things, our on deck can turn into mystery, and we can put the Pepsi in there. Chat, remember Yogos? Yes, I remember Yogos. You know what? I'm willing to put Go-Gurt at the bottom of C. I'm gonna do it. Where's Ring Pop? I thought we had Ring Pop in here. I thought I had a Ring Pop in here, but it's fine. It was on our trick-or-treat list, and we have Push Pops, so it's fine. So for some reason, Ring Pop did not get pulled in. I know I saved a Ring Pop picture, but we didn't do a lot of candy. For anyone who came in later, we didn't do much candy just because a lot of 90s candy we already kind of covered in our trick-or-treat tier list. But yeah, here's our list. Our S tier. Let's see. Is there anything I want to move up there? I don't know if I can put Shark Bites up there. I kind of want to, though. I actually think for me, regular High C, obviously not the Ecto Cooler, regular High C would go above some of these. So I'm going to put it up here with the Snapple. But yeah, okay, that's our list. I say our, mostly mine. S tier being Cheeto Paws, Squeeze-Its, Planters Cheese Balls, High C just in general, mostly orange, but Ecto Cooler's fine. Snapple, Snackwell's Devil Food Cookie things, Push-Up Pops,